slide on the non-return valve moves downwards and uncovers the circulating bore. Filling up the fuel valve. Continuous operation. Slowly increase the pressure until oil is emitted from the nozzle holes. Due to the geometry of the internal part of the nozzle, and because the height the spindle is lifted during pressure testing is lower compared to the lifting height during normal engine operation, the fuel oil will not necessarily flow from all of the nozzle holes. Read the actual opening pressure on the pressure gauge marked opening pressure. Compare the actual opening pressure with the pressure specified in procedure number 909 and, if necessary, insert or remove discs or replace the spring. Do not insert more than 5 extra discs when adjusting the pressure. The fuel valve must be retested after any adjustment. Warning: do not attempt to carry out an atomization test on slide-type fuel valves, as this may damage the cut-off slide and nozzle. The height the spindle lifts during pressure testing is very small compared to the lifting height when the engine is in operation. This low spindle lift height leads to an abnormally high pressure drop across the slide and, consequently, an abnormally high contact pressure between the slide and the nozzle. Furthermore, the slide oscillates at a very high frequency. These conditions, in combination with a relatively thin pressure testing oil, may lead to a seizure between the slide and the nozzle. Increase the pressure until it is about 50 bar below the actual opening pressure. There will always be a certain amount of oil flowing from the return oil pipe when the fuel valve is full of oil and pressurized. Oil must not seep from the fuel valve nozzle holes until a pressure of 50 bar below the actual opening pressure is reached. If oil does seep from the fuel valve nozzles, see procedure number 909. Lapping of the internal seatings is not acceptable. Increase the pressure to about 50 bar below the opening pressure and then move the control handle to the closed position. The pressure will gradually drop to around 15 bar, whereafter the slide on the non-return valve will open and the pressure will drop very quickly to 0. If the quick pressure drop cannot be registered, the slide is sticking or the hole is blocked. Disassemble and examine the parts, replace if necessary. Slowly fill the valve by pumping at low pressure until oil, without air bubbles, flows from the return oil pipe. Remove the return oil pipe and block the outlet hole with a gasket and a plug screw. Increase the pressure to about 100 bar and move the control handle to the closed position. The pressure should now remain at 100 bar. If oil leaks from the union nut, replace the internal O-ring seal between the valve housing and the valve head. If oil leaks around the fuel valve nozzle, check the condition of the contact faces between the nozzle and the valve housing. After the fuel valve has passed all the tests, it can be mounted in the cylinder cover.